All right, I think we got it all figured out now. I wasn't smart enough to put the microphone back into the iPad, but it worked anyway, so we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, well, I guess we didn't have the issue.
So it's just me?
Yeah.
Put the blame on me?
Uh-huh.
Well, at least I'm not sick. So how about that?
Well, we are.
Or maybe I will be after we're done with this.
Right.
Yeah.
So
how's everyone been doing? Aside from you, we know how you've been doing. Yes, how have you been doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Yeah?
On the marketing team, learning some stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we have a lot of proposals. It's been busy.
Good. Busy is always
awesome.
good. Busy is always good.
Busy's awesome.
We are busy as well, especially with all these stupid conference calls we have to go on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one thing we should talk about, conference calls, and how they would go much smoother if people actually came to them prepared, as opposed to just winging it. Now, I say that as we clearly are never prepared for this podcast, and we just wing it. But I mean, this isn't professional stuff, right? This isn't a big giant waste of time.
This is a distraction from life.
That's right. That's right. Put a smile on your face, make you happy.
That's right.
Well, thinking about conference calls, I mean, you look at all those futuristic movies. You got like Back to the Future, all this stuff. Pretty much hit the nail right on the head when it comes to video phone calls and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of those movies that have video phone calls, the one thing that they have in every one of them is 3D holographic things of conference calls where you have empty chairs and everyone's just and they're up in the chairs and everyone pays attention and the meetings go smooth because it makes the conference call happen in real time. Where's that technology at, people?
Well, you're the electrical engineer. Why don't you come up with the technology?
Oh, come on, man.
Just stop being lazy.
I would like to say it goes all the way back to the Jetsons.
Yes.
Because they had video phones.
Yes, they did.
And while we
Great
don't have
cartoon,
flying
by the
cars
way.
yet.
Well, they also had the most dangerous flying cars. But George Jetson falls out of his damn car every morning.
I believe that is George's errors, not.
You can't blame the car. It's user error.
If you know you're going to fly, chances are you should probably make sure that, you're settled in and strapped in and...
That would be smart.
Right.
I mean, I tell you what, he has to stay fit because if he falls off his treadmill, he is falling for a long ways.
That's a training regimen right there.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, classic cartoon right there. I loved it.
But the conference call thing, I mean, most of the times, couldn't they just be emails anyway?
Yes.
If people were prepared.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel like it's just a waste of time. It's someone else who's trying to redirect focus and attention to something else because they don't have their stuff together. And so let's have a conference call and you guys can help me figure out my stuff for me because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so you all sit on the phone while I work through my issues. We had that the other day where the plan was to stop the call at a certain point or at 4 p.m.
Yep.
So
whatever came first.
Whichever came first. We got to this point at 3:22. So Kevin and I were all, whoo!
Oh, this is great.
We're
on the last
right.
drawing.
All right.
It's a party.
We're going to get out of here early. And there was a security issue. One of our designs is going through a secure area.
Mm-hmm.
So they went and got the security
area group
experts. And the experts came in. And the conference call devolved into utter nonsense. And I think we got out of there at 4:30 something.
It was.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You knew what the conference call was going to be about, correct?
Yes.
Why were they not included from the beginning? Why are they there at the last minute? And I can tell you why it's nonsense, because they weren't prepared and they didn't know what they were going to say.
True.
And so they just, whatever vomited out of their mouth came out.
True.
Which made it a bunch of nonsense and another hour-long meeting. Whereas if the meeting had been better prepared and they had been included from the beginning and they knew they were going to have to be included, they might have thought ahead and had some something to say.
Look at you.
So again, still the fault of the person that organized the conference call because they weren't prepared.
And this is also based on a project that has been going on for 4 years, at least 4 years, and drawings that we gave them 3 weeks ago, a month ago, maybe?
A little over a month.
A little over a month ago. So they haven't even reviewed the drawing. They're reviewing the drawings as we go through these conference calls. So we have another one coming up.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 85% of conference calls are bullshit. Just going to go out on a limb and say that.
You're going to go out on that limb? I think we're all out on that limb with you. It's so ridiculous.
I think pick up the phone and have a conversation. Half of what you have to do in a conference call, you can do.
Yes.
With one person picking up the phone. But we're so on our phones now and digital that people are so afraid to have conversations with people, or they're socially awkward and don't have the ability to do it, that it's like, let's just do a conference call. Let's add everyone into it. Let's hear everyone's input,
opinion.
Because nobody knows how to have a conversation and resolve issues one-on-one. And so,
that is a valid point.
That is a valid point.
Pick up the phone, people. Have a phone conversation.
What's really interesting about all this is that they initially wanted us to come up to New York
in person
and sit with them
and
to do this. So this probably would have turned into a 3-day adventure of us up there.
While you help them figure out their job.
Yes, pretty much. We're good at that, so.
Well, we have to be.
Yeah, we'll take care of them. That's what we do.
Cover your mouth.
Lord have mercy. He's going to have everyone sick. This entire place. You won't have another podcast for another 8 months because this guy's going to get us all sick.
Well, you know here they provide you with tissues and hand sanitizer because everybody's sick all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's probably from the dusty ass conference rooms that we're sitting for 8 hours.
That could be part of it.
Yeah. Well, are you coming in the cleaning crew now? Are you? What are you trying to say?
Not Miss Rose.
What's wrong with you?
Uh-oh.
He takes it back real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go this direction.
Strike that from the record.
So stricken.
I'm just, nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't me, I swear.
Why do you automatically jump to a conclusion that we're talking about the conference rooms here?
What other conference room are you going to talk about?
I don't know. But how are you just making that jump? Where's that leap coming from? What are you talking about?
It's also interesting seeing as how the conference rooms are our studios. Some may argue that we're the ones that's dusting them up and making them all nasty. So
I'm not coughing everywhere.
I guess no one just heard all that just happened, right?
That was laughing.
Lord have mercy. Anyone seen any good movies lately?
The last one was
Endgame.
Yeah? Both of you?
I'm still... I don't know how I feel about it even still.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, spoiler alert, because we're going to talk about it.
Well, I mean, they said 2 weeks after the movie was over, if you didn't see it, you're on your own.
Point.
And we're way past that.
So let's do it.
People need to get on board. I actually rewatched part of the first Spider-Man last night. It was on TV.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't one of my favorite ones, but I was
Maguire?
rewatching it. No, not the originals.
What's that other guy's name?
Right.
The second reboot? I don't even know.
Or we're talking about the third
The newer one, the third reboot.
The good one. The good ones.
The good ones.
Yeah.
Well, you can see, I think it's great how you can see within the other movies how they set up things for the future movies. Because when I rewatched that one last night, it really shows Happy really being involved with Spider-Man. And so you see how they kind of are setting that up for when Tony's not there anymore.
Right.
So, which you don't always pick up on those things as you're watching them. It's kind of like an afterthought sort of thing.
The MCU is really good with those setups that you may not even know what's happening for 2, 3, 4 films down the road.
And then you're like, I hope they do a Captain America when he goes back in time.
That would be interesting.
Something.
This guy. What? What?
Nah. I'd rather not just watch him go back in time. Nah. I'm done with Captain America.
I could see
while.
that being a short series on their new Disney Plus streaming.
See,
Yeah,
that would be cool. Like a mini. Hey, going on the whole line of spoilers. Basically, do what you did. They're going to do in Walking Dead. Do a little mini series. See what happens to Rick, and that's it.
Right.
Like, don't go ahead and waste a whole nother featured film.
Well, I don't think.
Well, they're doing Black Widow, and she's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're saying it's going to be a
prequel.
prequel, but
Yeah.
she's still dead. Like,
Well,
but she's not dead in every
multiverse.
that whole thing is.
yeah, that's just going to that could get nuts.
That's going to get
That could get ridiculous.
The only
if you
way-
think about it.
The only reason why I can see them doing a prequel with Black Widow is, I mean, you already have the Guardians of the Galaxy are already going to be the first ones introducing a reintroduction of a character that was already dead, and that's Gamora.
Oh, so that's true.
So Gamora's
Unless she's dead from the snap.
she could be, but what entity really determines the snap? Is it the person? Because it's just a blind statement. If one person was like, you know what, I agree with Thanos kind of a little bit, and he's over there on his couch eating potato chips, and he gets snapped away too?
Lord have mercy. You always take things to the extreme.
But they could potentially take it to the extreme. It could get to where we're like, yeah, no, this is too much.
I think the way they have it all set up,
Hopefully not.
after all these years and all these movies, I think they probably have a pretty good game plan of where they're going to go from here with all that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But just thinking
They
back
had
to the whole snap thing, I believe Banner kind of said that they have control over it, because remember he kept saying, I tried to bring it back, I just couldn't. So perhaps they
but
do
can
have
we talk
control.
about that? I don't like that the Hawk is now Banner. Like, I don't
Professor
like
Hawk, you're not a fan of that?
No, because it's never been. It's like making it X-Men-ish, which I
Well,
know eventually they may introduce them together. But like in all of the
it is in
history
the
of the
book.
Hawks. Oh, it is in the
Yes,
books?
yes.
Oh,
So there is a
then
Professor
maybe I need
Hawk
to read and
series.
educate myself.
But then again,
But this
going
was
going
kinda
into
like,
the comic books, we can go way crazy with that,
Uh-huh.
because people die
Yeah,
and
that-
come back all the time,
that's
depending on
true.
what universe they're in. What
And then
multiverse.
Thor.
Fat Thor.
Fat
Big fan
Thor.
of Fat Thor, by
I
the way.
was-
I am not.
Why?
Because they still could have made him lazy, and he's a god. He's not going to be fat. Like,
What?
Like,
He looks just like his buddy from the first Thor, the one that always had the big hammer, the one that died like immediately to his sister.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. His Warriors 3?
Yeah.
yeah, but they're not gods.
I mean, they're all Asgardian.
Yeah, that's always been a little bit weird to me, because
Because they could have made him not complacent. Like, they could have made him be lazy and not want to be involved without making him fat. They could have done it, had him drunk every day, and, like, they could have done that without making him, like, a fat slob.
I
Like,
think that was
he
a
was-
part of...
He was fat, but still had a six-pack.
Yeah, I just actually read something recently that said that he wanted to keep that fatness throughout the movie, because remember he could have changed back when he powered up and he got his beard was all tied nice and good and everything. So I think at that point he was supposed to go back to being regular Thor, but
They should have.
he wanted to keep him as Fat
Sidebar,
Thor.
he's my favorite one. They ruined it.
I mean,
Like, they ruined it for me.
I think he'll be back to what you're used to. He's got a ridiculous workout regimen, by the way. If you guys have never seen that,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, what I want to know is, what's everyone else's excuse? If all you have to do is dedicate 12 months out of the year, every single day, have 7 nutritionists, and someone
Work out
time
like 6
it,
hours.
work out at 3 sessions of 6 hours a day. Like, it's so easy. Why doesn't everybody
Why
just look
doesn't
like Thor?
everyone do it? I don't know. Actors and actresses are kind of funny when they come to roles and they have to put on weight, lose weight, put on weight, lose. Jeez, turn your mic off, bro.
What are you talking about?
Lord have mercy.
I was just scoffing at that. See, this is my scoff.
Oh my God. Do you have the hand sanitizer? We'll get you something, don't worry.
I got tissues.
It's kind of funny how they can go up and down, back and forth like that. So, I don't know, they have some sort of magic. They have some magic stuff.
Yeah, like paid people that tell them what to eat and cook their food for them. So they cook them awesome meals that don't have all the extra.
Yeah,
that
I'm so jealous.
I know, right? What would you do? A cook or a maid? What would be your preference? To have someone cook all your meals for you, or have someone clean your house for you every week?
Clean the house every week. I would definitely go with the clean the house situation. I actually enjoy cooking, so I'm good with that. So I would definitely have. I don't like cleaning.
I don't like cleaning either.
Yeah.
But I don't love cooking. But it's not. I think not because of the cooking part. It's the cleaning up after the cooking.
Yes. Because sometimes that is just a hassle.
Depends on how much stuff you use while you're cooking.
Mm-hmm. All the pots, all the pans.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
That
Meal
does
prep
happen.
Sundays, it turns into a hot mess. But yeah.
But yes, Endgame was good.
It was. It was really good.
It was, but it was. Not everyone's gonna love every ending of every movie.
Right.
Not to go this way, but like the Game of Thrones, which we never watched. We ran out of stuff to watch, and we just recently started watching that.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know the ending before we've even gotten there, which is fine, whatever, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But we also don't have to wait weeks for stuff, and so we're good. But it's like a 50-50 draw on that one of people hating it or loving it.
Yes.
And so I think that this is the same type of thing, although I don't think it's 50-50, because I think generally people who have watched the Marvel movies and who are in the Marvel universe, they like it because it's Marvel and it's a good movie and they did a good job. So I don't think it's 50-50, but there are moments of it that I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. There's sometimes you can nitpick some things. Like, why? How? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But again, that's with lots of films. I actually saw The Intruder this weekend, which is I liken it to if it had been a Lifetime movie, just on regular cable, it would have served the exact same purpose. It seemed like something that we've seen before, and
that got
it's
hyped up.
decent. It's
who's
a
in it?
decent film. Megan Good.
Don't know who that is.
Michael Ealy.
Don't know who that is.
One of the Quades. I don't know. Randy Dennis. I don't know. The young one.
Death by Quaid is basically what that movie got.
It was the one that was in Any Given Sunday. Cat Rooney.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
See, you like that pull right there? You see what I did there? Huh? You like that?
I do.
Can't tell you anything else he's in, but yeah, that.
I do.
Yeah, so it was okay, but we saw that on Monday. MC wanted to go out on a date, so we did that.
Nice.
So
Dates are fun.
yeah, lots of fun.
I actually am looking forward to seeing the Men in Black.
Yeah,
There's another Men in Black coming out?
There's another one.
you know, come on, get out of here.
No way, man. No way, no how.
With Thor and the Valkyrie.
Yeah,
The character that played the Valkyrie in Ragnarok.
Tessa Thompson,
They are the
the new
main characters.
Men in Black.
Which when it got bad, Men in Black got like,
That
why?
last one.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes it's all about trying to get that extra check.
Yeah.
So let's.
Well,
just
they
throw anything
play
in.
well together.
Yes.
They are on screen. They have a good screen presence together. So.
Yes.
And they cut his hair, and he's not, fat.
Not a fan of Fat Thor. Mark that.
Fat Thor's great.
Oh man, I love it.
So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah.
And then I heard Aladdin was really good. I haven't seen it yet, but that came out.
Yes.
And I heard that Will Smith was amazing in that. And
Really?
that even on set with everyone, like he came happy all the time and ordered food delivered a bunch. And he was really worried about following in the steps of Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just iconic just in everything, just in life. But Will Smith has a really great presence too, so I don't know why he was so concerned. But I hear it's
he's
really
had
good.
a lot of negative stuff said about him.
Yeah, but you know what? That kind of happens in the industry. I
Absolutely.
mean,
People said negative things about me, but I mean, come on.
right?
You all know I'm awesome.
I mean, he did bring about a lot of the negative comments to himself when he basically pays for feature films to feature his son, who's not a good actor at all.
I mean,
Yeah, but ultimately the
that's
directors
not- that's
and
not
whoever
what- yeah.
else, they decided to
if he
agree
produces
to
a
it.
film, then
No, but
it's his money.
but I
What are we
get that.
talking
But that's where people go, "Oh, Will Smith," but people don't look at that.
Ah.
They see that
Oh, I
they're
see.
spending
I
his
see what
money.
you're saying.
They're like,
That's what you're
"Oh,
saying.
he's just paying for everything. Yeah, just buying the people, buying movies, buying his fame." And that's where you get. That's where people like to hate on people.
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah.
think people are way quicker to judge than to be kind.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
It's easier to be negative. Whoa, Nature Boy is in the building.
What's up,
Come on
everybody?
in. Come on in.
Come
So
on.
we found Nature Boy. It's been a while since he's been around,
Yeah.
but
But I'm back.
yeah. So we're just sitting here shooting the
What you
shit
talking
about movies, and
Oh.
we've talked about Endgame. We've talked about we were just talking about Will Smith and how
What about Wilson?
he's got some negativity. People that put negative things
In the
out about
industry.
him.
Well, why? For him playing the part of Aladdin? Or?
Just
well, that's
lots
how
of
he
different
started
things, yeah.
saying that I heard that Aladdin was really good. It was a good movie, but he
Okay.
was really nervous about, following the footsteps of Robin Williams. And I was like, he's got a good voice in the industry. I don't know why he was so nervous necessarily. And so we were just kind of talking about how people are sort of
Yeah.
throw shade at
So
it.
what do you think about it, Kevin? About
Kevin hates everything. He's the negative one. He's the negative one of the team
group.
here.
Killjoy?
group.
Womp womp.
Debbie Downer.
Oh, okay.
No, Coach.
And what else you guys are discussing?
Pretty much how sick he is and how he's been getting us, or is
He's
going
gonna
to
give
try
us-
to get us all sick.
What is it,
Well,
allergies or?
Germs.
Cold.
He thinks it's a cold.
Oh,
He thinks
Well,
it's a cold, but he's had it for like 2 weeks.
oh wow.
I've had it for 2 days.
He might have some.
I've had it for
You
2
see that
days.
exaggeration right there? Well, weeks, days,
Oh man. Now my favorite is just yesterday actually, because all the big storm that came rolling through. It was like, man, me and Sarah were both like, let's watch a scary movie. Horror movie sounds great because it's just the ambiance of it outside. And then so what we do, we start scrolling through and trying to find a scary movie to watch. And we look at the first one we never saw before, but it shows like the little mini preview, and just shows like a guy in front of his computer screen, and this gets pulled out into the darkness. And we're both like, yeah, let's not do a scary movie.
I never could get into scary movies. Well, when I was a child, I think what turned me off about scary movies, I mean, for one, I don't like being scared. I mean,
That makes sense.
Right. And I think it was The Exorcist.
Scary. It's one of the scariest movies of all
and
time.
going down south with my family, and for them being like very religious and stuff, and spirits and things like that, like they didn't play around with that stuff. And I'm like, I kind of agree. Like, why drum up some evil spirits or whatever to like haunt you and stuff? Like, I'm like,
that makes
cool.
sense to me.
I'm good.
I have the
Yeah.
exact same. I don't like scary movies because I'm super sensitive to it.
Exactly.
But I also have the religious aspect in that
Right.
I actually believe in like spirits and
See, me
ghosts.
too.
And so like for me it takes on a whole real aspect
Oh, wow.
and I can't disassociate
Yeah.
between the two. I can't watch scary movies at all. I'll
Yeah.
have nightmares for like a
Me
month.
too.
Oh,
Like,
my gosh.
legit. The Ring.
Yeah.
My daughter Katie loves them and I cannot. Like
7
it's
days.
I don't like to be scared either.
I think
And-
I tried it like few years back just to see if I can handle it, and I couldn't now. And I felt myself, a grown-ass man, sleeping with the light on. What was that?
Oh, that's bad.
What was that?
That's bad.
So I realized my body can't take that stuff, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm big on comedy. I love laughter because my spirit is full, it's joyful, and that kind of stuff. So I just try to, and I'm an energy person. I work off of energy, so I try to put no bad vibes or energy in my
positive
universe.
vibes.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
But that, no way. With the storm on top of it.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? We're never really up in the mood to watch a scary movie. It feels like something really fun to watch.
Okay,
it feels like something fun to watch, and you gotta find something where like. Get a little chill, like, let's not do this.
Bad idea.
Friends it is.
Just kidding.
Oh gosh,
that's funny.
But you like those other ones, don't you? Watch the Nun and all that
I
stuff?
watched the Conjuring series and the Insidious series. The Conjuring series, I think, is probably the best told horror movie universe in terms of movies and best tied together. It's really good.
Universe.
Not interested.
Next, please.
Not gonna happen.
Wow.
There's no way.
It's one of those universes that started with like The Conjuring, came out with The Conjuring 2, then had Annabelle, and then like Annabelle Origins.
Oh man, you were in it.
Yeah.
And then they had The Nun. So basically they came in, like, chunked it all out of order, kind of like how Fast and Furious decided to go, oh, we messed up with Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
Except the best cars.
We're going to rewind and actually get real actors back in this thing.
Hilarious.
Yes, but they had the best cars.
Yeah.
That and
Oh, they always had the cool cars. Oh man.
six Abu Dhabi.
That probably
No,
Fast
7.
and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious 7.
Oh.
Abu Dhabi. They had some nice cars in that one too. But
Look at you.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Oh,
I'm that
You like
girl.
cars anyway, because you grew up like with your dad
With
working
my dad
cars
and brothers,
yeah.
my dad used to paint cars, and when I was really little, his mom had a garage in the back of her house, and he had all his car stuff there. And when I was really little, I used to drive with him. She lived in Howard County, we lived in Catonsville, and I used to drive with him and sit on tires stacked up and just watch him, whatever, like paint or tinker with them or whatever. I'd just sit there for hours and watch
That's
him.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a car girl, but it's not about who owns the car. Because anybody can buy a car, and that
Right.
doesn't make you anybody.
Right.
So I'm not like coming up to you like, oh, Dante, you got, whatever. No.
Well, you should. I mean, come on.
No, I'm not. but I can appreciate that there was an Audi. Crap, and now I'm like being a
A4.
A5.
no. R6, no.
R8.
R8, thank
Uh-huh.
you.
There it is.
The R8, which is my favorite car, which you'd think that I would never forget. There was an Audi R8.
Yeah.
I saw it coming
Uh-huh.
up 695. I got over so that he could go by me. That's like...
Funny story. That's,
Respect.
So I just recently in the wintertime bought a motorcycle. And the guy that I bought it from, I had to meet him at a certain place, and I guess he had his wife follow him or something because he rode the bike up and she was coming behind. And I noticed, I'm trying to figure out what this guy do, and he's like meet him at the bank, and I'm giving him large amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to the bank, he deposited it, and he comes out, his wife pulls up, and she's in the R8, and I'm like, you don't need a bike. You are selling a bike. I'm like, dude. So now I'm like in awe of the car.
Yeah.
Like forget the fucking bike. I'm like, dude, I'm asking him like 1,000 questions about the bike and the car. It's like, you just bought the bike.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We'll talk about that later.
Again, now is that 12 cylinders? Or he was just like, okay, dude. All right,
I gotta go.
I gotta go already. But yeah, I love those are hot, nice cars though. But yeah, I think all cars is $100,000 and $80,000. They should be nice, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
or
sure.
they wouldn't
That's a
cost
valid
it.
point, yeah.
For sure. But it would be nice if they were a little less expensive so we could get some fat cars. But
Yeah.
I'd like to have a 5-car garage with just like
You don't want to get into that because you got to hear Dante's.
Few cars.
I don't even think he's doing cars, right? It's just what helicopters and yachts. Because
submarine, helicopter, private island, that whole thing. Whenever we hit this Mega Millions, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
That we've been playing for what? I've been here 10 years now. Yeah. Okay.
So what you're saying is
17.
So what you're saying is, as soon as he hits the Mega Millions, he's Batman.
I ain't fighting no crime. You see this face? I can't have this getting messed up. I'll be on my private island. I'll fly you guys in for the weekends. We'll have a great time.
Submarine, secret cave.
Right. Wow.
A helicopter flies out of it, so does a jet, so does a car.
Oh, yes. Just so I can go pick up some
Sounds like Batman. It sounds like Batman.
Be back.
I'll be right back.
He's really...
But the thing is...
great crabs.
You know what all he's going to do is he's going to be Batman. He's just going to pick an island with a very low crime rate. So that way he does his thing around his Cape Crusading.
Just drive around.
Right around. This island is mine.
Crime rate 0.
Oh man! What kind of motorcycle did you buy?
750 Jigsaw, which is standard GS6R.
Is that you that parks out back?
Yeah.
Is that yours? Okay. All right. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty fun. Until one thing about riding a motorcycle, it gives you this sense of like you're faster than everybody else.
You're a superhero, yeah.
You're faster. We have a Corvette.
Bro.
I'll blow you out. So a few days ago, I was riding, and one thing about when you're riding a bike, they test you. Like cars, they want to see you go fast, and I don't know, maybe crash, because I'm like, no, it's not worth me dying or anything. But I swear, man, I had the bike up to 100-something miles per hour, and this Tesla comes, and next thing you know, I'm like, God damn, is it that fast? And it's just like, and the dude like knew it because he smirked at me, and I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Set aside.
But over here,
move aside,
all the
peasant.
power goes straight to the wheel. I'm like, that's a lot of power.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed about
those things
the
nuts.
Tesla. I'm like, wow.
Someone in this building owns one. Ever see it parked up?
Yeah, I think it's a white one.
I think there are two.
Yeah.
Because there's a dark colored one that's parked out there sometimes too.
Yeah.
So
I'm not down for the Tesla.
I don't like the look.
I'm one of those people that's like, this is ridiculous, and I know it's ridiculous and irrational, but I'm one of those people that thinks eventually, like, don't do the facial recognition or the thumbprint on your phone, because then they have you. And then they can track your face around. And I'm telling you, Tesla, at one point we're all going to have cars like that. They're going to freaking lock us all in our cars and drive us to like, yep, you get to go. You're okay, you get to stay. You get to go. And be like,
Dante Howard, Warren, lock him up, drive him
it's like a purge.
That's some paranoia right there.
It's like a purge of a different, like,
scheme.
We're going to purge in a different way. We're not going to let you all kill each other. You're just going to disappear in your car.
I'd probably just break the window and get out, but
See?
Well, they just heard you now on the podcast.
There it is, done.
They're going to go, all right, when instead of lock Dante in, it's going to be self-destruct.
Wow.
I know, it's far, but I don't...
Give me my civil rights, though.
It's totally believable. Totally believable.
Sometimes it runs weird.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Weird is good. Especially in this day and age. Nothing's weird in this day and age.
No, it's all...
I think everyone should be weird. I think no one should be the same. And no one should want to be the same.
Right, that would be so boring.
100%.
Like, you don't learn anything. You don't get anything out of people when you're all the same. You like the same things. You do the same things. You can't grow.
Like robots.
Yeah. So I'm all about being weird and having people. My kids think I'm so weird.
Yeah.
And I am, but they think I'm so weird. I'm like, embrace the weird. Your mom's weird. Like, roll with it.
You tell them you're on the podcast now. So how about that? That's how weird that is.
That's funny. James, JB.
String bean?
String bean?
Yeah, string bean.
No idea.
He's string beans over there. Just I don't know.
I think you know what? I think I heard him talking about some house stuff earlier.
Oh, okay.
So he's probably still dealing with that.
They broke around in my house yesterday. not to slide in on his.
No, that's perfect.
Yes.
Because I think our first podcast is when he was talking about how they broke ground. And
yesterday.
Yeah.
So they say 6 months.
That's always fun.
Nice.
So yeah, it was nuts. They told us last week it would be 1 day this week, and the builder's awesome, but he's super busy, and so I was like, he's gonna forget, and so I told my fiance, I was like, I'm gonna drive by every day. I don't care.
That's what we did.
Like I'm just gonna drive by every day, and so we drove by Monday.
Okay,
nothing.
so it wasn't just me.
Oh
All right.
heck no!
Yeah,
And then I drove by yesterday, and I FaceTime it. And I'm like,
come in the front there.
so I waited for him and the girls to get there. And Zach's in the car. He's like, "It's dark, Mom. I'm gonna sleep." Cool. I get the thumbs up. Cool.
Yeah.
And, okay.
That's awesome. That's good stuff.
So yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to have a heat wave coming through, huh?
I hope so. I'm
So,
ready for
No more
Lord.
tornadoes.
What are you guys? How y'all guys plans on beating the heat? What are you gonna do? Just stay indoors? Go swimming, beach? What?
A little bit of all that except swimming,
Okay.
because I can't swim.
You can't
You can't
swim.
swim.
Look at all the surprise faces.
Dante.
Hey man, I don't like the fact that you can't swim.
Can your
Especially
sons
'cause
swim?
Yes, they can. Actually, my oldest is looking to be a lifeguard this summer.
Okay.
So question, non-judgment, because
Sure.
I am a non-judgment zone at all times.
Yeah.
Judgment happening over here
Yeah.
at the same time.
She says before she starts judging.
Do you have any desire to learn so that you can participate with them? Like that,
Desire to learn,
to swim.
yes.
Could you do it on the DL so like they didn't even know, so
Can-
like it wouldn't be like do they know you can't? I mean, obviously they know you can't swim.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
I do get in the pool with
Mhm.
them
Mm-hmm.
and do my whole walk around, but once it gets too high, once it gets like above chest level, that's when I make it
So what about
back the other way.
what about the
Okay.
beach? What
Same
do you
deal,
do?
same deal. So I'll
Yeah.
go out until it gets to
I think
the place where I feel a little bit
I'm
uncomfortable.
going to ask you a mom question.
Yeah.
What happens if one of them can't recover and you're there? What are you going to do?
What do you mean can't recover?
So like, I have 4 kids combined with my fiance. They
Right.
range from 20 to 9. When the little one gets in, she's fearless half the time and doesn't want anything to do with it
Mine
half
is
the
the
time.
same. Yeah.
When she's fearless, she sometimes dives under waves that are over her head. When she comes back up, she can't touch.
Mhm.
Or, sometimes it's just rough. There's an undertow.
Mhm.
The big
Yeah.
kids are out, so she wants to be out. My nerves are like, oh my gosh, and I can swim. So, do you...
So MC can swim.
Okay.
So she can.
She runs.
She'll handle that. I'll do the whole dial 911 or
wow.
wait frantically for someone to
The
come
lifeguard,
assist.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
because there's no need for my big ass going out. then we're both
Then you're both,
beyond
yeah.
it. Yeah.
when I was a kid, I didn't know how to swim. That's because I almost drowned.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same.
yeah, I almost drowned because we're at camp, and at a certain time it was swim time, and my friends and I were about the same. I always kind of size everybody up. We're about the same height, 4 feet or something or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 8, 9 years old, and I noticed that, let's say Bobby, they ring the bell and everybody, yay, and go run and jump into the pool. And I was like, oh wow, I'm taller than Bobby. So he can touch the floor of the pool. So I'm like, all right, and I jump, and I'm like, oh Lord, there's no floor. Bobby
Yes.
can swim. So I'm drowning. They rushed, they jumped in, and he got me, and I was so embarrassed. Never wanted to go back to the camp, but I was determined to learn how to swim at that point because I never wanted to be put in that situation again. And from there, I became like a lifeguard, and
My man.
yeah, I felt you feel
You're all
invigorated.
empowered now.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I was like,
Yeah.
I was just searching for somebody to save or whatever. But it just having that confidence, and knowing that you're able to kind of make it through, because a lot of times it's fear.
Mhm.
It's fear, and once I overcame that and the fear of it, and it's just I just embraced the water. It's like, I like my wife thinks I'm like a dolphin. She said, you swim like a fish. I'm like, cool.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly what I wanted. So I think everyone should know. I mean, you go anywhere near water, you should kind of have a certain knowledge of survival, being able just to survive or tread water. You don't even necessarily have to win, but be able, even if you just lay on your back and wait for somebody to be able to save you or whatever, because you can float for quite a long time, you're breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody should at least take some kind of course or something if they're going to be around water or any type of pools or something like that.
I mean, you're the fitness guy.
I am the fitness guy.
He's running like, I hear you, bro.
I ain't swimming on my fitness.
So the answer is no. You're good.
No.
And that's okay. It's your body.
Hey,
we do get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do get in. We have fun. But if it came down to you have to swim a lap or some shit or something like that.
It's funny
Can't do
because I hate a stereotype. I'm maybe crossing here, but they said like, oh, black people can't swim, and I realized a lot of black people can't swim. I'm thinking
but
this shit is true.
There's reasons to that because it's all about resources and
access
things
to
like
pools
that.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
So when I was
No one's
younger,
swimming in the harbor.
right? When I was younger, they had
I didn't look at it like
they
that.
had recreation
I thought like
centers that had the pools, which is my story is similar to yours, where I was hanging out with the big kids and they were all going jumping in the deep end, and I was so used to being in the shallow end. It's the same deal. I can do that. So I went and jumped in the deep end, and my big ass just sank all the way to the bottom. And so they had those resources back in those days, but now a lot of those places are closed up. So it's just
I didn't look at it like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
there's barely
makes sense.
resources for rec centers, let
Yeah.
alone to get
Yes.
a pool open.
yes, because think
And
about
so
what it would take to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I was saying, my son is going to be a lifeguard, and it's in Columbia.
Okay.
Is where the pool center is.
Being
So,
lifeguard is hard. I mean,
Yeah.
just taking the course.
Yeah.
It's extremely
But
hard.
he loves that stuff.
As a final, I guess, piece of advice for all of our listeners for this, because I know we're getting close in our time. For anyone who cannot swim, here's a nice, easy tactic that I learned from my father. If you can't swim, especially if you have a beer in your hand, what you do is you gracefully fall and slowly sink to the bottom, holding your beer above water. Calmly wait until your feet touch the bottom, and do one push off and get yourself above and go, help. And then slowly sink back down. Keep that beer above water, because that is your flagpole. That's the beacon of where everything. And
Let
guess what?
everyone know that you're down there. Help me.
And then maybe you get one or two more kicks out of it. Just get a quick little breath of help. And guess what? When you get back up and someone pulls you up, you have your beer still safe for you.
All right.
And you pray that everyone hasn't had 12 to 15 beers,
Right,
and they're
and-
like,
and-
oh,
and
fucking
think
beer!
I think you're just toasting. He's at 30. Oh, he's at 32. Yeah. Just toasting.
Well, all right. I guess now Shrek and I have to go for this conference call, which is how we started the whole damn thing, talking about conference calls.
Good luck with it.
So yeah,
Hope
thanks.
it's productive.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. From 1 to 5 already set up.
Wow.
We don't have many sheets to go over, but they've already set it for 4 hours, so that already tells you that's going to be kind of long. So we are going to get out of here, and I don't know. Let's do this again.
Right?
Absolutely.
Nature boy. Woo! Woo! I'm out.
All right. Say good night, handsome Shrek.
Good night, handsome Shrek.
Say good night, Jess.
Night, guys.
Say good night, Nature boy.
Woo! Good night.
Good night, all.